up, guys? It's your boy Kyleb and
Jay.
And right now we're going to be doing our All-Star selections for the 2021 season. So let's just get right into it. So right now we'll be doing our West starters. So, do you want to go ahead or me?
Should we go for one goes one and then
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So my first pick for point guard or just guard in general, Damian Lillard. He's having a really good season. There are a lot of people who would disagree with me on this pick, but I think he deserves it more than anyone in the West. That's just my humble opinion.
All right, and then my first is gonna be Steph Curry right here. He is having almost an MVP season. He has the most points in the league right now and the most made threes. He has I think it's 20 plus more threes than Dame Lillard right now, leading everyone. So I looked that up right before we filmed this. But so that's my Steph Curry. He's having a really good year for them, and I think he's going to be able to lead. So.
Okay, well, my shooting guard, pretty much is the only person who I think is fit for a starting shooting guard, and it's not Donovan Mitchell. I just want to put it out there. It is more or less Luka Doncic. And so, Luka is obviously having a good year. I mean, since he's been
having
in
a good
the league,
stat year, yeah.
Since he's been in the league, he's having a good stat year. And the only thing that I would say is a downfall from this year is shooting-wise from the three-point line. He's not shooting that well. But
except for against Golden State.
Yeah,
she's one of the best.
True.
All right,
Didn't Golden State win that game though?
Yeah, they beat them by 25 plus. Kelly Oubre dropped 40s, career high. All right, so for mine, you gotta give credit to winning, which right now Luka's team, they're at the recording of this. What's today's date?
The 6th.
The 6th of February. They are the 14th seed right now. So with my pick, they're the number one seed in the West, which is Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz. And I just think, overall, they're one of the best three-point shooting leagues right now, and he is right there leading them. And I just think that he has a good enough year to be a starter. So,
all right. Okay. For my small forward, I actually have Kawhi the Claw Leonard. He's always going to be a top 10 player until he leaves this league, so it's pretty obvious why I picked him. His defense is stellar. He's a great scorer. Plain and simple.
He's pretty efficient. Yep, so for me, I'm going to go with the Clippers too, but I'm going with Paul George. Right now, he is leading them in points and the best three-point percentage for them right now. He's right up there in the top, 8, 10 area. And I just thinking he is having a comeback season for how bad he did in the playoffs, but, let's just see how well they do in the playoffs. But for now, I think...
I just want to make this loud and clear. Paul George in the playoff equals crap.
Okay. But yeah. I think all-star-wise for the season, I think he should be a starter.
Well, my pick is the man, the myth, the legend himself, the guy who, no matter how old he gets, somehow gets better, LeBron James, second best player of all time. So...
Yeah, mine is LeBron James too. Overall, in his 18th season, there's just he's still he's arguably the best player right now still, and that's crazy to me in his 18th year. So yeah, he definitely has to make a starter.
Okay, my center is the man who is in second for the MVP race. Nikola Jokic, who is just having a crazy year. His team. I'm not really sure how they're doing, but I'm pretty sure
they're climbing upwards right now.
Yeah, they're doing well, and he's obviously leading them. He has a good team around him, but
yeah,
he is my starting center for that. So.
Yep, I gotta go the same right now. And at the recording of this video, he just dropped a 50-point game, and he's one of the best centers in the league, arguably, and just one of the best passing bigs. He's averaging up there. He can almost average a triple-double, which if he does this season, that would be crazy. So that's our West starting list. and we're gonna go ahead and go to the East.
Oh, we're doing this. Okay, the starters for the East.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'll start off with I mean, there's no way you can't put him in the starting lineup. I have Bradley Beal. He's averaging the most points right now in the league,
Yes.
and I just
Yep.
it's just you know.
Yep.
No doubt.
Okay, so me. So for the guards wise, you don't really pick a point guard or shooting guard. It's just two guards. So I got Jaylen Brown for my starter for the East. Jaylen Brown, obviously, like if you watch his team much, really good player. Has improved tremendously these past 2 years. He's averaging like 27, 26, doing very well. Has great defense, and I think should be a starter this year.
Yeah, he's definitely having a good year. For mine, I mean, he's just one of the best players in the league. No matter where he goes, he did start off the year with a different team, but now he's with the Brooklyn Nets. I have James Harden. He's been one of the best facilitators for that team and scoring and still getting triple doubles in his first couple games. And I think Jaylen Brown is having a really good year, but I don't think you can throw him in a straight up starter when he's never made All-Star game.
That's fair, but listen here now. Okay. So 3 cancers on one team. Mark my words, not winning the championship this year. Okay. My second starter for the East, Bradley Beal. Obviously, what he said. I mean, he's dominating this season. His team sucks, but he's a great player. Westbrook's doing nearly nothing for them. So you got to give Beal
They did beat the Nets though, so.
You got to give Beal some credit. So I got to give him that.
With that, and two so the NBA, they changed the All-Star voting wise of it's just two. They put it to 2 guards and 3 forwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how taking out like centers just considered the forward. So with my pick for one of the forwards, it would be Kevin Durant. He just come back from a Achilles injury and is averaging almost 30 plus a game or so, something like right around there, 28, I don't know, something like that. But coming off of that serious of injury and just being able to come and just play that well, and he's shooting the best from 3 like he's had in the past years.
For sure.
So
For
it's
sure.
definitely just crazy to me. So I have him for that.
Me, I have Jason Tatum, starting a small forward. Tatum also improving. Stats-wise, he's having a better year than Brown, but I think Brown has the hunch over him this year just by a little bit. But Tatum should start this year. And, I mean, I think he should start. He probably won't start, but I think he should. So, yeah.
All right, with mine, this is going to be throwing people off, but if you look at the stats, he is averaging more points, rebounds, and assists than Anthony Davis. I have Julius Randle, which right now they are in the playoff contention.
They are.
Knicks right now, so I mean that's crazy. And you know you're doing something well when you're averaging more points than one of the top 5 players in the game that just won a championship. So I think he'd be a first-time All-Star, and he's just having insane numbers right now.
Yep. All right. I have. Where's this at? Oh yeah, right here, Kevin Durant. Yeah, I mean it's KD. He's pretty much that. He doesn't really need to say much, but he comes back, has a great season. He's still the lethal scorer, in my opinion, the best scorer of all time. I mean, he's that kind of guy who could, if he wanted to, could drop 60 points each night, in my opinion. So, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's just nothing else to say there. He's just great. And then for my last, I have Joel Embiid. He is arguably having an MVP season. He's in top 3, top 4 in voting. And he's just being dominant. He's just playing super well. And
Yep.
I see him making starting center.
That is my 5th as well. JoJo, he's been, like he said, he's dominating. And if you see Ben's stats so far, he's getting carried. I just want to put that out there. Ben Simmons is getting carried.
It's because Joel has been getting a lot better. And they have Steph Curry now, which he's really taken a lot of the scoring.
And Tobias Harris.
Yep, and Tobias is having a great year too. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we are gonna go with
The
our
reserves.
reserves. We'll start off with the West this time. Jay, you can start us off.
I have Steph Curry. He could. I mean, just by the stats he's having this year, he's gonna make the All-Star team no matter what. He even could be a starter. He might be a starter.
Right now he does have the most guard votes for
Does he?
fan voting right now.
So yeah,
he's right up there with.
He may be a starter, but He's definitely on my team. Like, I mean, he's obviously the second best 3-point shooter of all time, behind Ray Allen, you know. But
which he will beat soon. But okay. Mine is just the same. I have Dame Lillard, so I
we're just
put,
switched.
yeah, just switched around, and he's having a great season, especially with all the injuries they have. We had high expectations for them, and as always, Zach Collins hurt, and Nurkic is hurt again.
Someone's always hurt
and
for them.
Yeah, so that's pretty simple there.
Okay, I got Paul George. Paul George. I mean, during the playoffs, he may suck, but during the normal season, he looks like top 5 player. Like, I mean, no one can really stop Paul George during this time. But
yeah, he's definitely.
it's what I mean. He always makes the All-Star team.
All right, for mine, I have Luka Doncic. Since I put Donovan Mitchell in, I just think he's having a better year
His
overall right
team's
now.
His
Yeah,
team's having a
and
good year.
he's leading them to win games. So I just put that there. But Luka is still having an individual season, just a great season.
Yeah.
But for how good they are, they definitely should be better than they're doing right now. And when you're averaging that much, it has to lead to some wins. So I think they will, by the end of the year, we'll get back right up there. But, for now, I have Luka as my reserve.
Okay, I have Anthony Davis. I actually have someone else on here. I have Zion, but I forgot about Anthony Davis, so I got to take Zion out of this one. AD is just, I mean, he won the championship last year. This year he's playing great, Great defense. He's a great scorer. Hard to stop. There's not much more you have to say about him.
Yeah, so mine, I have Kawhi Leonard. Since I put Paul George as a starter, I just think he's having a really good year. And Kawhi's obviously, I mean, he's right up there. He's so efficient right now. He's one of the most efficient players in the league this year. And yeah, they're leading the winning. I think right now they're third in the East, in the West. But it's still, it's like right there, super close race.
Yep. Okay, so I have someone. He's a very young player. Very good player. This is his first year of stardom, and James Harden left his team. And when James Harden leaves your team, and you start playing great like that, and start actually winning games, it's time to call you an actual star, in my opinion. So Christian Wood is my last pick for the All-Star team.
Yeah, that's definitely. It was hard to pick between him and my next player, but he's definitely having a good year. But Victor Oladipo and John Wall, they've just come back really well too.
Oh,
and DeMarcus too.
For sure, they're playing well. But I'm just like, if you look at his stats, like,
yeah, he's definitely going to be an all-star soon in this league. I just don't think he made the cut this year because Zion Williamson, he is just playing so well.
He's
so efficient. He's like
right
up there in the second best efficient player in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
He shot a game. He had 26 plus points or so, and he was 8 of 12, 8 of 14, just right up there. That's really good. He's leading the league in points scored in the paint, which for a 6'6" dude, 6'7", that is insane. He has insane hops and he's very aggressive, and he can get any bucket he wants. So that will do it for the West. We're gonna go to the East now. East reserves.
Gordon Hayward for my first guy off the bench. Gordon Hayward, there was a lot of talk this offseason about him not being worth $30 million a year. He goes to the Hornets, goes to Charlotte, and starts balling out. So I think Gordon Hayward should be on the All-Star team this year.
Yeah. So for mine, I have Kyrie Irving. He's having a really good season right now, even though he did take some personal time, but he's come back and he's averaging 30 plus, and he's just Kyrie. Like, you can't stop him. One of the best handles in the league. Just can get buckets for days. So that's my pick.
Well, I got James Harden. I mean, he's still James Harden. No matter how I feel about him as the team leader, still a baller. Still drops a triple double so many times this year, and I mean, he's surrounded by Kyrie and KD. So this team looks special.
Yeah. All right, for mine, I have Jaylen Brown, which would be his first All-Star appearance. He's having a phenomenal year. I would put him as starter, but there's just had such a good season in the East. It's really hard to put people above each other, but Jaylen Brown's definitely in for me.
Kyrie for my 7th spot or 8th spot. Yeah, it's Kyrie Irving, one of the best ball handlers of all time, like you said. It's just great scorer. Saw the clutch game from him last night, or 2 nights ago maybe. But just overall, he's such a great player.
And then for me, which I have, is Gordon Hayward. There's no way you can't put him in the All-Star this year, he's just having a phenomenal year, especially for almost leading. Like, they're right there in contention for a playoff spot, Charlotte is, and also with the play of LaMelo Ball. He's really gone up there. But yeah, it's crazy to me that Celtics, what didn't you want to pay him, which it's all right.
They did pay him, though.
Well, yeah, they paid him for Charlotte, so.
Oh, Gordon Hayward, for some reason, I thought you were talking about Jaylen Brown. Whew. That was last. Oh. Okay. I got Giannis.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty obvious. He's
Yeah.
one of the best players in the league. And I see you don't have Giannis on your list. And that's kind of crazy if you ask me. But I do have Giannis on my list, considering we are talking about 2-time MVP winner Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I just, if I'm being honest, I forgot
You
Giannis.
forgot about
I just forgot, but we're going to go with it. So I have Domantas Sabonis. He's such a good player this year. He's leading the Pacers, and I just think he's having a career year.
Really well.
And he's upped his 30 points per, or 30, he's had already 30 plus games, and before this, for his whole career, he's had 30 plus in 4 years. So,
Oh. Okay.
so he's already doubled that. So, that's pretty crazy.
Yep.
Okay, I have Trae Young for my last spot. Trae Young, also a great young player. He is a lot like Curry. I mean, Curry's better, obviously. I mean, he's older. He has more talent. I mean, he just knows the game more. But Trae Young, if you ask me, will someday be as good as Steph Curry. Maybe even better. So that's my opinion on that.
See? Okay. And yeah, that has been our All-Star selections and who we think is going to make it this year.
The mid-season stuff.
All right, we're back in a second.
Did you not type the mid-season stuff up?
No, I didn't.